Tired of juggling multiple USB sticks for different operating systems? Wish there was an easier way to boot into your favorite OS or even try out new ones? Well, get ready to ditch the clutter and embrace the ultimate solution. Introducing Ventoy, the Swiss Army knife of bootable USBs. This incredible tool lets you pack countless ISOs onto a single drive and choose which one to boot from, all without any complicated formatting or setup. Windows, Linux, rescue disks, antivirus tools, you name it, Ventoy can handle it. No swapping drives, no wasted time, just plug in your Ventoy drive and select the OS you need. Let's get into today's video. So to build our Ventoy USB stick, all we've got to do is go to ventoy.net, which we're at right now. Head to the download section, and we're on Windows, so we're going to download the Windows zip. This will take us to SourceForge, where we'll just click download. This will download it for us in about 5 seconds. We'll save it to our downloads folder. Once that's done, we'll open our downloads folder. We'll see Ventoy. We will drag it over and right click and then extract with 7-zip. You extract it with whatever zip tool you have. And then we've got the Ventoy folder here, which we'll go into. You'll find a Ventoy to disk exe. Give it a few seconds and it will launch. All you've got to do is find your USB stick in the list here and make sure you're selecting the correct one, because it will destroy all data on the disk. In case you've ever wondered how to get really fast USB speeds, not only do you have the protocol to worry about on the systems these days, but the USB stick itself. I find my Lexar USB flash drive is extremely fast. I got that off Amazon. I got this Lexar jump drive from Amazon. As you can see, it's got up to 32 gigs here. You can buy different ones, including up to 1 terabyte. But the 32 gig one here is up to 130 megabytes per second. Really, really fast for a USB stick. And it's actually, at the time of this video, is £3.99. Now, that might go up or down depending on when you're watching this, but it's 50% off right now. I'll leave a link in the description for that. If you buy it through my link, you'll help my channel without costing you a penny more. So thank you very much. So jumping back over to our Ventoy to disk exe here, we're just going to hit the install button on here. And it's going to say type in capitals yes, because we are going to destroy everything on this disk. And another yes. And another yes. You can't say they didn't warn you. And congratulations, Ventoy has been installed onto the drive. And the cool thing is you can actually use this same executable to update in case there is an update to the Ventoy system application in the future. Now, all we've got to do at this point is actually just copy and paste ISOs onto the Ventoy disk. You may find that you have 2 Ventoy partitions showing. Right now is only one, but occasionally you might see another one pop up here. If we jump onto the Ventoy biggest partition here, which is the 28 gig, almost 29 gig section, this is literally where you'll just download your ISOs. So you might have Windows ISOs or Linux ISOs or recovery disks, things like that. You can literally just drop all your ISOs into here. Now, I have some already backed up on my network, but you can get them from wherever you normally get them. And then I'm just going to paste all my ISOs in here. And I've got a lot of ISOs in here. So now all our ISOs are on the Ventoy USB stick. So all we've really got to do now is plug this into the computer and boot up. What you will want to do is make sure that secure boot is turned off in the BIOS when booting into this stick. So if you're running Windows currently and you need to kind of get into this first, just turn secure boot off. And when you're done using your Ventoy stick or booting into whatever operations you need to, if it requires secure boot to be re-enabled, then obviously re-enable it before you're booting back into it. For example, if you are using this before Windows 11 for any tasks, then you would turn secure boot off. And then obviously if you wanted to boot back into Windows 11, you'd turn secure boot back on before booting back into Windows 11. So let's get this booted up. So if you're going to boot into Proxmox, by the way, and you have Windows 11 on one of your VMs like I do, you might be getting error messages when attempting to boot into it. Now, there's a few ways to set this up. If you're running this on a normal computer system that you already have an operating installed on and you're not messing around with Proxmox, that's absolutely fine. Just proceed to launch that. But just to give a quick tidbit in case you are on Proxmox, you can literally just go to hardware, click Add and USB device. At which point, if we click Use Vendor and Device, you'll see that our Lexar USB is actually there. So you'd click on that and then click Add. Now, I've already done that, and you can see it's at the bottom here. And at that point, you want to go into Options, Boot Order, Edit, and then you'll find it usually at the bottom. You can literally drag and drop these, which I've dragged to the top and then enabled with a checkbox, and then clicked OK. Then, while we're on console and we click Start, when the Proxmox logo comes up, you're going to want to hit the Escape key on the keyboard. Right? So when that Proxmox logo was there, I hit the Escape key on the keyboard, and that kind of gets us into the BIOS of the Proxmox boot sequence. If we go down to Device Manager and then go down to Secure Boot, you'll see that there's no X in that box which says Attempt Secure Boot. Normally it's like that. But what we're going to do is we're going to hit the spacebar while we're on it, and that takes that off. F10 to save. Yes, Y. And then literally we can go to Escape, Escape, and Continue. Click Enter to reset. And this will then, because we've got it in the right boot order, boot in to the Ventoy app. And then we're in here. And as you can see, I've got all the ISOs that we've put on here are now in, which is great. And even though Windows 11 is already kind of running in this VM in the boot order, we can actually now hijack this, if you will, and boot up into another tool. For example, Ubuntu Desktop. Boot into normal grub mode. Let's give this a go, shall we? After a few seconds of hitting the enter key there, you'll see that Ubuntu operating system now starts booting up. Even though we are in the Windows 11 Pro system, because we're booting via the USB stick Ventoy. So English UK, use the wired connection, existing, skip, and just go to try Ubuntu. And that's how you run those things. So simple as that, really. As always, thanks very much for watching my latest video, and I'll catch you in the next one.